Okay.
And now we are going live.
This week you warned us when we were going live.
Well, I could do that this time.
Well, say
Okay, you see, this is why I don't warn you when we're going live and just go live, because we've had like dead air now. Okay, so that's.
Say thing it so we know.
Okay, yeah.
That was on purpose so that we would give you that dead air. John.
You guys are the worst.
Well, I'm an asshole. I don't know.
Here's the thing, John Brockman. I have the YouTube page open. It still says waiting for social justice alchemy.
Try reloading.
I did the reload. I'm going to try reload again. I'm going to close the thing and just then go back to my notifications. Okay, now there's the thing that says live. No, it still says waiting for social justice alchemy. I'm in the live chat right now. Yeah. Okay, it's like.
Wait, you mean no one heard me yell at him?
Looks
no,
like,
I don't think so.
Oh, fuck it.
I don't know what's going on. It's streaming. I'm using the correct key.
Yeah. The live chat says Marty Abernathy. Hello, Marty. Oh, she can't hear us. She says that no, we are not live.
The fuck is going on? All right. Because we're streaming, we got the key. Okay, I'm gonna stop streaming. Okay, we'll try again. We are supposed to be streaming.
There we go.
Okay, I think we are. It looks like we're streaming.
Is it fucking working yet?
Maybe.
Yes. Now we're streaming. Yes, we're now streaming.
Yay.
You just made Marty very, very happy.
I have no idea what was going wrong. I blame Julie. That's what it was. It was Julie.
Oh, fuck off.
Oh, you're going to blame the French and blame the one woman in this hangout?
Okay, all right, then fine. We'll blame you.
Of course he's going to fucking blame the French.
I guess it's slightly better than blaming the Jews, but I don't want to even go further down that road.
Oh, dude, not cool. Not cool.
I know. Oh, the dog's here too. Hello, dog.
Yep. Wesley says hello. And now you chat for a bit. I'm gonna go get my coffee.
Hey, babe. Mehmet in the chat is a friend of mine.
Hey, Mehmet.
Hello, Mehmet.
It's supposed to be working while listening to us.
Cool. Welcome everyone to Social Justice Alchemy. Now remember, the work week is a fiction, and the
You
weekend.
fucked it up, Jonathan.
I know I did. I'm not used to that. But John Brockman's not here. I figured since the start of the show is starting, might as well do the introduction. But yeah, I just screwed it up. I'm also busy tweeting it out, so I'm not as good as a multitasker as I thought I was.
So, John, are you going to do the fucking bit now? Oh,
Dead air. Okay, so maybe
I told you I was going to get my coffee. God, you guys are the worst.
we are not listening to you.
Hello.
Welcome to another week. Although, remember, the work week is a fiction. Monday, doubly so. You can get rid of them if you really want to. This is Social Justice Alchemy with my dog, Wesley.
Hi, Wesley.
Hello, Wesley.
And in about 5 seconds, you'll be able to see him in the video stream. Looking very sweet. Hypothetically.
Maybe.
Probably more like 20 or 30 seconds. That's what the usual delay is, I've found. There he is.
I'm hearing a delay. What? I'm hearing us twice.
That's
Well, the thing's
because
always delayed.
Yeah,
No.
make sure that you... make sure that you have the video muted.
if you're on YouTube to mute the video because there's a delay and
Mm-hmm.
whatever.
Just like the broadcast delay, where it's like at least 7 seconds. But then again, it's just a normal delay. Or it's just like there's not like a mechanism to just like dump something in case someone says a swear word.
As everyone
Besides, we
can
don't have-
see,
So
are huge
we don't have to
professionals.
worry about that, do we?
Unless we like.
I ain't bleeping shit.
Shit, fuck yes.
Language, please.
Shut up, old man.
Yeah, well, fuck you, John.
Yeah, fuck you, John.
Don't worry, there's no swear jar on this thing. Wait, I'm not gonna like keep track. So
Yeah, this is going to be monetized, right?
Yeah, social justice alchemy, not swear jar alchemy. So what's been going on this week?
Oh, I have stuff to talk about, but maybe something. I don't know. You start. As you can
So-
see, I am as
Oh, the old French lady who
on
got
point
attacked
as,
by the cops. Yeah.
as last time. Oh god. Do your thing while I collect my thoughts.
do we have a thing when you collect your thoughts? Do we just like talk randomly about stuff?
Yeah, do that. Talk randomly about stuff.
So what I know is that there was an old lady marching in a thing, carrying a gay pride flag, a rainbow flag, and then the cops like beat the fuck out of her. And French President Macron said,
Okay.
"Well, that's what you get."
That's the thing. I wanted to correct some inconsistencies.
Okay.
All my friends out of France are sharing the same article, which is full of shit. So the old lady wasn't beat up by the cop, okay?
Okay.
She was toppled by the cops who were charging at a group in which she was. She was in a group of protesters. The cops charged at the group, and she fell, and she fucked her up on the ground very hard. Next, I saw that she's not in a coma. She's okay. She has some skull fracture, which is not ideal, and she has subdural hematomas, which is not ideal either. But her prognosis is good. Okay, she's not in a coma. She's not half dead or whatever. And what is true, her family is indeed suing the fuck out of the cops. The president, who is a cunt, indeed thought it would be a good idea to patronize her for exercising her rights, because protesting is a right.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's about it.
Well, Macron is a cunckold, so. Oh, Tom's in the chat this time.
Yes, yes, he is in the chat this time.
Tom is now a mod. He can tell people to fuck off officially.
Well, that's my goal in life, to be able to tell people to fuck off officially.
Even when it's not Kevin.
I don't tell Kevin to fuck off. I tell him to give me my fucking goat back.
Yes. Tom, there.
Oh, God,
Kevin's
I
a goat
had
thief.
forgotten about the goat.
Always got to
yeah,
remember the goat.
cops didn't beat up a 73-year-old woman. woman.
Well, they didn't go in there intending only to beat up a 73-year-old woman. They
No, but I mean,
indiscriminately
they
attacked a
didn't.
group and happened to
They
attack a
didn't
70.
touch her. They didn't touch her. That's what I mean. I'm not saying it's good, it's better, or the cops are good, cops are shit. But we can make that point without spreading misinformation.
Okay.
So yeah, French police, the police in general, just being sucky against people.
Yeah, and the French riot police is especially sucky, I think. Because it's all they do. I don't know how it works in the US, but in France, that particular police force, their only job is to beat up protesters. They signed up just to do that. They don't do anything else. They're the riot police. They're here for that, and only that.
In the
They
U.S.,
didn't sign up to arrest murderers or whatever. Even though the people who signed up to do that, fuck them too. But still, I mean, they wanted to do something good, maybe. I don't know. I don't care. But they didn't sign up just for the pleasure of beating up people.
in the U.S., our police are all general purpose. They beat up everyone. Sometimes they beat them up in groups.
Yeah. They beat up some people more often.
You don't have a riot police in the U.S.
There's kind of like SWAT, but it's just like I don't know how often they're called in.
SWAT is for hostage and stuff like that, no?
SWAT is for kicking in doors, not kicking in crowds.
Yeah. Yeah, we, with our... with the military equipment to the police forces, we pretty much made all major police forces into riot police at need. Mm-hmm. And they find the need more and more often because they got the neat toys.
Yep. Reagan started selling the cops surplus military equipment, and glory be, they keep using it.
I don't think even they're selling it anymore. I think now they're just giving. For a while they've just been giving it away.
That would not surprise me.
Yeah.
That's why you get relatively small towns with
tanks,
armored personnel carriers. Well, not tanks. There are no tanks in the U.S., but they do have armored personnel carriers that have weaponry.
Yeah.
So what's the difference between an armored personnel carrier with weapons and a tank?
Tank typically has a turret and a larger gun, and is used more for an inoffensive mode.
So now in France we have. I talked about it last week, but we are as sucky as you police-wise because now the military is allowed to shoot on the protesters. Yay!
So what now?
I heard about that. We're not quite there yet.
No, tear gas will be used though, because it has been used against pipeline protesters. It's been used in Ferguson riots. Given enough reason, I bet they'll easily use tear gas.
Given minimal reason, they'll use tear gas.
True. Yeah.
Who's they that you're talking about? You're talking about the military? Oh, the cops, yeah. Because the military has used, the National Guard has used tear gas on American citizens, especially during the Vietnam protests. I found myself at the edge of several huge clouds of tear gas when I was going to school in Madison during the 60s. That was interesting.
Yeah, we get it. You're old.
I didn't say that. I will tell you when I say that I'm old. I've been saying that. I said it on the chat, but you have to infer it online.
Now, since it's now already been established that Tom McDonald is old, I will say, Tom, considering that some of the coworkers that I've talked to, because I always try to like radicalize my coworkers, because when they say, "Hi, Jonathan, how are you doing?" I go, "I'm thinking about how to bring about the socialist communist workers' revolution." That has started some interesting conversations. The most recent of which I kind of figure out, oh, you complain about political correctness, you're pro free speech, you say you're a Christian, nothing inherently wrong with that, and oh wait, you hate Planned Parenthood because they provide abortions and think of the 4 million babies being killed. Oh, you okay? And it's kind of like,
They're classical liberal.
classical
Oh, not
liberal,
again.
Yeah, they are dedicated fans of human lock.
Oh God, I think I need to stop knitting because I'm trying to follow the conversation and the chat and knitting, and it's too much for me tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, stopping knitting, trying to do 2 things at a time will be more than enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can barely pay attention to what we're talking about and occasionally check the chat. I am not good at this.
Nobody
Yeah.
is.
I'm not one of God's little multitaskers.
I'm usually pretty good at it, but not today.
There's also like, I'll try my best to like also to just monitor the chat, but we got like awesome, cool people in there, so I doubt that there's going to be like any like disruptions or anything like that. And the chat can have like their own conversations that's going on amongst us, and or something like Jimmy J said, classical liberal, open fascist. Is there a difference? Interesting that you bring up that, because this coworker I was talking to seem to like be, well, what's the difference? What is a fascist then? And it's kind of like, if I'm going to have this conversation with you, then this is going to be interesting. And yeah, and she brought up like Milo with the super long name. Oh, Milo Yiannopoulos. Yeah, and basically she's on his side that like he should be allowed to speak. And I was like, no, I didn't really come out to say, listen, if there's an Antifa protest, I'll be with Antifa in part of Black Bloc, because
But no one is saying they are not allowed to speak.
Yeah, exactly.
What we're saying is that they're not entitled to us listening to them.
Exactly.
Yep.
Or I can have the right to say, Milo Yiannopoulos, you're a jackass.
Or to be punched. They have the right to be punched.
Yes. Oh, so I bet this.
Well, technically, but morally, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, the going rate is $1 punch.
There's
I hope
already
so.
been 2 cases now that prove that, if I remember correctly.
One in Charlottesville. Where's the other one?
Maybe it's that Rolling Stone article that's like the talk about the same one in Charlottesville, because I had to like look at it again. I saw it on my Facebook feed, because it may be the same one that's reported twice, but I don't remember who posted it. So it's like, I don't know. I have to like confirm. I'll go to the Rolling Stone's article to find it out. But yeah, so far it's just like, it's just $1 to punch a Nazi. That's very easy.
Oh, there was the one with what's his name? I don't even remember his name.
Spencer?
Yeah,
Richard
that's
Spencer?
how irrelevant he has become.
Yeah, that's right.
Nice. Yeah, that video where he's getting punched. I saw a remix with Depeche Mode in the background. I just can't get enough. I just can't get enough.
Yeah, and I think I saw one with another one, Bites the Dust.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, yeah, but I'm kind of over that song.
Let's see, I think Inuyujo Studios put up a 5-second one where it's just like the best opening to the best startup for like the GameCube console, and just plays that GameCube startup animation, but at the end with the Richard Spencer punch at the Yeah, and then like Tim Blake, No Opinion, did another one where the punch is time at the double bass for the song of like Pantera or something. So to the tune, so Richard Spencer's face getting punched to the tune of a metal song.
Oh, Tim
And
Blake.
Tim Blake, this was like
I,
at the time
I'm
of the.
I'm super surprised by that because Tim Blake is one of the people who thinks we shouldn't punch Nazis.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting. He did that in like January of 2017 or like early there, so it was like right after that happened. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
if
surprised.
there's anything that proves that Nazis are not tough, it's the fact that Richard Spencer took a punch
Richard
punch
Punchy,
that
yeah.
shitty and had to run away. Because that weak ass, broken wrist punch would not have hurt that bad, and yet he ran away. Fucking pansy.
Well,
Now, to be fair, T1J also mentioned this in his video, talking about the punching Nazi, and he said, yes, punch Richard Spencer. He's like, yes, go in with the elbow like the guy did, because with the hand, there's like, it's not as strong, there's bones that can break, but with the elbow, it's a stronger bone, stronger muscles, and much more impact. Yeah, go in with the forearm and stuff like that. Yeah, that's the way to punch someone.
who cares? I mean, the guys are completely losing their shit about people not being white. How
Mm-hmm.
thin skinned can you be?
Oh, you'd be surprised. Because like one gamer was about to play Persona 5, and there was like this like statement and that they say, are you going to accept this? So, like, you're going to enter in a new reality. Will you accept this? If you say yes, you get to continue the game. But if you say no, I'm sorry, but come back another time. Basically, it goes back to the title menu, kind of like meta in that way. One gamer was really pissed off at that he could not accept that he's going to be in a fictional world or something like that, and the game told him, no, come back when you're ready, basically.
These people are just ridiculous. They are a living parody of themselves.
If
Yep.
only they were just a caricature, it would be good.
Yeah. And unfortunately, they sometimes like either unknowingly or knowingly are serious about like terrible things or ridiculous things, and it's like comforting to just laugh at the man babies complaining about Captain Marvel that Brie Larson doesn't smile in the trailer or something. And that movie to be actually really good and be successful, amazingly successful despite the boycott.
Despite them not being able to give negative reviews on a website.
Yes.
If they had been able to give those reviews, the movie would not have succeeded. Truth fact.
Did you see?
Oh yeah, that's why Mad Max Fury Road didn't succeed.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep. Total failure. Nobody ever watched it.
Yeah,
Did you
and
say
Black Panther and oh, sorry, Tom, go ahead.
I'm used to it. I was wondering if anybody else had seen the Hugo and Jake show about Coach Red Pill predicting that Captain Marvel was going to be a bomb and not make even $100 million.
No, I didn't see that. I don't usually watch Hugo and Jake.
I don't even know who they are.
Oh well, okay then.
I've heard of Coach Red Pill though.
Coach Red Pill, yeah, he's had run-ins with Christie and some other people that we know, but he made a video before Captain Marvel came out and explaining why it was going to be a failure because it messed with the target audience. It dissed the target audience for superhero movies, which are adolescent and young men, adolescent boys and young men who want to beat off to the scantily clad female superheroes. Captain Marvel has made at this point close to $1 billion. So he was
Yeah.
off a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
No, they're all really off. Meaning, like, rotten, spoiled.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Who?
There's that.
We use-
Co-
Go ahead. All the
Oh,
anti-feminists.
I'm not following that drama. Those people are violent.
Mhm.
Ugh.
Yeah. All the anti-feminists are just garbage.
Yes.
I wonder if because I know I have biases, but I wonder if there are legitimate criticism of feminism, but they're just not using them. They're just anti-feminist because they're assholes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You know, maybe there's good reasons to be anti-feminist. I don't think so, but again, I'm making room for the fact that maybe I am biased. But you know what I mean? I have
Mhm.
never seen a
There
what's the
could
word?
possibly, hypothetically, be good arguments against feminism. We just haven't
Yeah,
heard
but I
any
have never
ever.
heard it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's like the good argument is like only certain aspects of feminism that I think are bad, but
Yeah, no, I mean the premise of feminism: men and women should be equal.
yeah,
Let's just keep it simple, okay?
yeah.
Yeah, there's not too much there.
Maybe there are legitimate reasons to say no, actually, blah blah blah. I have never heard them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, same here.
Well, God made woman to be servant to man, so checkmate.
Women are naturally more subservient and more maternal. I suppose by
Evolutionary
nature, maternal would
psychology.
be.
Am I right?
Of course.
And women are smaller and weaker and stupider than men, therefore
Yeah.
they should be slaves. I mean, it's just,
Yeah.
there you go.
It's logic.
And they're smaller because when we were cavemen, they were. I
You would
don't
go
know,
looking for the
gathering
bushes, which are small
berries
and low to
or
the ground.
something?
Yes. Whereas we would go out and we would hunt, and that required us to be big and hairy for some reason.
My penis says so. I mean, that's how it has to be.
Yeah, that's really all
I
there is to
don't
it.
get it. I
No,
mean,
I agree.
if you let's say, okay, evolutionary psychology is not a pseudoscience and there's something behind it. If you were a hunter, you should be discreet. First of all, I'm sorry, but all predators are discreet.
Mm-hmm. Good at hiding.
Men are
Or
not
we operate as a
discreet.
pack.
Okay, the modern man is not discreet.
No.
He manspreads, he talks loud, you know. So no,
I can just
that
imagine.
doesn't work like that. I'm sorry.
I can just imagine Stone Age hunters walking around, the legs spread as wide as they can, interrupting one another.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that I remember that tribe. We did some archaeology on them, and they died.
Hello, Mr. Mammoth. I think you're going to find that you need to lay down and die now. It's the natural order of things because lobsters.
Oh god. That guy and his fucking lobsters. Have you seen the last Pieces video response to Jordan Peterson?
The one he
No.
released today or yesterday?
Yeah, today, yeah.
Sorry, I
No,
missed
it's
that.
still cute.
Peterson claimed that cells had sexual chromosomes in them. So of
And,
course,
yeah.
Pizzi is having a field
Oh yeah, the
day.
PZ's thing. Yeah, I haven't seen that yet. Is it? Have you seen it?
He might
Yeah,
call himself a woman. Every cell in his body is XY male, therefore he's still a man.
Yeah. That was the argument. I mean, the length they are not afraid to pass for the most moronic people on earth just to justify that transphobia. It's prodigious.
Yeah.
I mean,
And now fucking Richard Dawkins is standing up for this piece of shit.
Oh no. Well, it doesn't surprise me a great deal, but
Dawkins is an asshole. So
Yeah.
well, he's an asshole. He's a decent communicator of science, but when he steps outside of that field, he starts being
A complete douche nozzle.
well, I'm sure in his field,
Yeah, there
Jordan
you go.
Peterson is competent in his
I
own
don't
field.
know. I don't know
problem
about
is
that.
he talks about he talks about a lot of stuff that are not in his field, and he should shut the fuck up. And same with Dawkins.
Well, Peterson, best I can tell, he hasn't really done any work in his field since he left Harvard and went to University of Toronto.
Well, he has been a clinical psychologist or had
True.
clients
That-
in
yes, he
clinical
has.
psychology, but I have a slight background in counseling. I have a master's in counseling and clinical, clinical counseling. And what I hear from him doesn't sound like, and what I hear from his book doesn't sound like something that I would be comfortable with having
Yeah.
that person doing therapy with me.
Yeah, I can't imagine he's at all a decent therapist or counselor or anything like that.
He's a clinical psychologist, so he's not a therapist.
He did some, I think, counseling
Well, not
work.
anymore anyway.
No, he closed that down
Clinical
last year. Or this year.
clinical psychology is meeting with patients and having clients. So yeah,
In hospitals.
no, in private practice sometimes or oftentimes
really?
too. Oh yeah,
I can believe that.
God.
yeah. If psychologists, if you have a person who says they're a psychologist, there's a pretty good chance that they are more along the lines of somebody who does clinical testing or who does testing and that kind of stuff. But a clinical psychologist would be somebody who generally has clients and runs in, say, a clinic.
That's unsettling. Imagining that guy with clients,
Yeah.
with patients,
Working with
especially
vulnerable
women.
people.
Oh God.
I imagine him like. I wonder if he would still kind of proselytize at least snippets of his ideology of like, because he is a Christian, so I don't know how much he would like share of that, but still.
When I was the last therapist I had was a Christian too, but she kept it to herself.
But I imagine Jordan Peterson would just like not be great as a therapist, just like Dr. Phil being like your therapist, or at least Dr. Phil as he showed himself on his TV show.
Yep.
Dr. Phil has a degree in psychology.
Yeah. He no longer has a license to practice.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I mentioned Dr. Phil being your therapist because here are words of wisdom from Dr. Phil. What kind of an idiot are you?
Oh God. Well, to be fair, Dr. Oz is an actual doctor, so anything's possible.
Well, Dr. Oz is he's a surgeon.
Well, is he anymore?
That's another thing because like does he practice and like what he talks about on this show, is that related to his actual field especially, because as the common thing when you go outside your field especially is you got to be really good at that, really well researched at that, and it's been proven at least with like Dr. Jordan Peterson, he doesn't know anything outside his like field of study. When he goes into politics, he doesn't know anything.
That's why you should shut the fuck up, especially
Agreed.
when he has people like P.T. Myers that are devoted to call this bullshit, because P.T. knows his field.
Yeah.
And evolutionary biology is not pseudoscience, unlike
yes,
evolutionary psychology.
Plus, PZ is just a decent guy.
Yeah, he's so cool.
I had the chance to actually meet him in person, so that was kind of nice.
Mm-hmm.
When you went to the
to the conference in Minneapolis,
nice
secular woman
I'm jealous.
secular woman work conference.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there was Stephanie Svan there, too. Yes.
What's that?
Stephanie Svan.
Stephanie Svan. There were a lot of great people there.
I love her.
Oh yeah,
she's so cool.
She was one of the 2 or 3 main organizers.
Was Marty Abernathy also there?
No, she wasn't.
Okay.
She was. I think she mentioned she might.
Marty is in Britain now.
That's right.
Yeah, but I think she said she might be in the States. If I'm remembering correctly, she's in the
Thank you, friend.
chat.
I will take my meds just now. My friend in the chat is telling people to take their meds.
Medication is very important. And my sister-in-law also posted that to her Facebook as well.
Marty says she was at the first conference.
Okay. I thought I saw her name somewhere on the schedule for like last year, so that's probably where I got that wrong.
The website had a lot of stuff from the first conference up for quite a long time.
I see.
Marty is awesome.
Oh,
you are awesome, Marty.
Oh yeah.
If she's ever in the live chat and the host of the live, if she's ever in the Hangout and the host of the Hangout allows that, the Hangout will go for like 3 hours, 4 hours or so, and I don't mind either.
Yeah, remember when we after Christie's Hangouts when we stayed for like 3 hours chatting.
5 hours after the fact, actually.
Oh, there's one where we stayed 5 hours. You're right, but it was just you, me, and her, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not able to stay generally for that long because, okay, Julie, tell them why I can't stay that long.
Because he's old.
Because I'm old.
Tom is old, okay? For anyone that wasn't aware of that, Tom is fucking old.
I am very fucking old, and fuck you for mentioning it. I never mention it. I never bring it up. It's always somebody else.
I don't even know how old you are, Tom. Exactly.
Do you want to know?
I think you're like 70.
I'm exactly 70 for another 2 months, 3 months.
Hey, still young in your head.
3 months.
Hey, time is relative.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but I don't know why I said but. I forgot what I was going to say after that. So yeah, still.
Was that you, John?
Yep. Just wait a second.
Fuck you, John.
It's about to. There
Fuck
we
you, John.
go. It's Tom McDonald.
So everyone in the chat, look at the left of the screen. If you're on YouTube, not if you listen to us on the podcast platform, you're missing out.
The visual part. Yes.
It's a good thing that I'm okay with that, because otherwise I would storm off and say bad things about you.
You say bad things about me anyway, so.
Yeah, but I say it to your fucking face. Well, to your fucking ear, I suppose. We don't actually see each other.
Yeah, but remember, John is a sneaky motherfucker.
Yes, I know he is.
All right. Is there any other news we could talk about? I'm sure there is.
The only thing I'm thinking about is do we want to talk about this online or on the air about the scathing atheist thing?
Oh, what's going on with the scathing atheist?
Oh, the thing you put in the
Yeah.
group chat.
Yeah. We are indeed descended from filthy monkey men.
Oh, yes, that, yes.
I'm so going to record that shit.
You could record it now, probably.
Well, that's what I was wondering if
Oh,
John, if you
want
could
me to
just clip it
say
out of
that
here.
now? Okay, wait a minute. I need to vape in the middle. I know. I'm not prepared.
Well, Tom, you're springing this on to Little. Oh no, she wasn't prepared for this. It wasn't in
She
our.
needs to get in character.
Look, I asked the question. I didn't say.
I need to get into my French
demand
self.
anything.
Oh, you're just asking questions. That's your excuse now?
Just asking questions. Debate me. Debate me, damn it.
Oh.
Okay. That goes. Social justice alchemy can confirm. I hate you.
Yeah,
I can
know
do
that-
it. I think I need to go put my teeth on. Okay. Social justice alchemy can confirm that we in fact evolved from filthy monkey people. Now fuck off. And you laughed during the vaping thing.
I forgot.
I hate you.
Yeah.
You might have to do it on your own
That was
time.
pretty.
Mm-hmm.
My hat for today. You don't have a hat.
No, yeah, I know. So John, so for those who are listening, John Brockton suggested that, like, since he put up his the video for his cat or for the dog for Wesley, John Brockton suggested that I can send him a picture of the hat I'm wearing today so that he can put it up onto the stream in the video. But yeah, I am not wearing a hat today because I managed to take a shower today, and so I brushed my hair in the. This is kind of the way I've brushed my hair, where it's most of it's all to one side as well. So I'm doing new things with my hair, seeing if I'm like it or not. So that's why I'm not wearing a hat today, because I am fabulous.
Oh, but you're always fabulous, even hat or no hat.
True. It's just that most times I don't actually shower.
We don't need to know that.
Sorry.
He's not sorry.
I know it's not.
That's the glory of being online. You can. You don't even in this context. You don't even have to wear pants or trousers if you're in
Yeah, but
a British country.
Show off his leggings. You know how he is.
I am wearing the leggings, and I'm also. Yeah, I am wearing leggings. I also got new socks that I'm actually quite love and quite liking a lot. So.
Yeah, but we aren't on camera, so.
I see. I see somebody. I see something.
Yes, there's me.
Jonathan being pretty.
Oh, so pretty.
Oh, so pretty and witty and gay.
Yes.
And yes,
he's very gay. I agree.
But also, it's something that Nick Hayden on Twitter said that I do agree with, that non-binaries can consider themselves gay as well, or call themselves gay. Gatekeeping sucks.
Yep.
Oh,
Gatekeeping is garbage.
Mm-hmm.
I want those socks.
They're available. I got them in a 4-pack actually off of Amazon, because they're. I have a set of Sailor Moon socks, and I bought the same set of Sailor Moon socks to my stepsister, who's also a big fan of Sailor Moon as well.
I don't give a shit about Sailor Moon. There's a kitty in it.
Yes, exactly. And so yes, I got like so that was like some of the socks that I got that have feature cats and kitties because kitties are awesome. Kitties are the anarchist animal,
Yeah.
the official animal of anarchy.
Talking about anarchy, I'd like to share our little conversations on anarchist memes, but we would have to actually talk about it.
Talk about what?
Anarchism, I mean.
Well,
So
yes.
maybe I'll do that for when we program a question episode with Tom.
Nah, we don't really have a docket or agenda or anything like that. We can talk about whatever.
This is kind of like the anarchist version of the happy hour, except that there's like 4 of us, 3 anarchists, 2 cats, and an Anarcho-Thomas.
Well, I'm a Thomas. I'm an anarcho-curious Thomas.
Yes.
But that's kind of long to put on a title.
Yeah, you're here. You're gonna end up an anarchist. You know you will.
I don't know.
Join us.
I don't know. I would mean learning new tricks, and I'm okay. Take it away. An old dog.
Tom McDonald. That's
Tom
going to stick.
Dog old.
No, seriously, that's going to stick.
Mm-hmm.
Well, cool. I've always wanted a. No, I have. Yeah.
A crappy pun with your name.
There we go.
So
Crappy puns are the best.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So there's one thing I've been like I mean to talk about since it's like it is already kind of like part of it's canonical with Jonathan Mike Scott, Some Random Geek on the internet and in live streams that I'm an anime fan. So there's one thing I kind of like to bring into attention that's happening in anime. It concerns with like the voice actor Vic Mignogna. For those of you who haven't known, basically Vic Mignogna is homophobic and is a sexual harasser and assaulter, and he's finally got let go from Funimation and Rooster Tooth, and has been like not appearing at their cons, conventions, and a lot of his appearances have been canceled throughout the year. Some that was has happened around that is like the fans of Vic Mignogna, and as well as the assholes, has come out in support of him, as there is a GoFundMe campaign, Vic Kickback, in response to the Kick Vic hashtag in a way, that has, as of today, right now, raised over $122,000 already. Basically, to like pay for like Vic Mignogna's like lawyers, as it were, for I don't know, a lawsuit against his like accusers,
or for him to live comfortably for 3 years while doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Is like we know that Rooster Tooth and Funimation has cut their ties with Vic Mignogna and all future projects, but that fans were trying to like tell Rooster Tooth don't hire Vic Mignogna because of like all the stuff that we know of before, his homophobia and his like kissing and unwelcome and unwanted touching and kissing of like underage girls and girls at convention, as well as like other people. But yet it's only until like recently that finally it got traction on Twitter from a Twitter thread that exploded, and then the Kick Vic hashtag that started, and that's and then finally is like, and finally Funimation also did their internal investigation and realized nope, Vic Mignogna has a terrible history of like doing this to his like coworkers. A couple of voice actors that spoke out against it, including Monica Rail and Jamie Marchese, that no, they had their personal experiences where he would just like grab a handful of their hair, tilt their head back, like whispered suggestively, and said something to the effect like, "I so want you now," or as it were, and he has done that to other people. So that's why the Funimation fired him. They recast his role and cut off all ties to like Vic Mignogna. But then also the I Stand with Vic hashtag started, and basically a small, very small anime gate has also happened. What is kind of like interesting developments that happened recently is that there was a convention in Houston, Texas, that's taking place on April 12th and the 14th, called Kamara-Con. It's a all Dragon Ball Z convention that originally in like February said that they canceled Vic Mignogna's appearance, but then on March 22nd they brought him back. And so that con, bringing back Vic Mignogna, has caused a lot of voice actors to cancel, including Monk Rail, Jason Douglas, Damon Mills, and Josh Grell, and another voice actress to cancel their appearance to that con. So yeah, it's just like, and again, and a lot of like internet man babies just defending Vic Mignogna or just not believing women, and unfortunately for Montreal and Jimmy Marchese, especially since they became public on Twitter with their instances, is that they have experienced harassment as well. So hopefully it's not going to be as big as like Comic States, hopefully, but Anime Gate's a thing, and that's something that's been watching, and that's the recent developments of a garbage human being in Vic Mignogna. I just want to share that.
I now hate somebody I've never heard of before.
Yeah,
Yes.
me too. I was going to say it's almost like assholes are everywhere. I wish they would stick to their lane.
Mm-hmm.
You mean, what is
games.
their lane? Being dead?
Well, there's that. But I was thinking more like gamers. A certain variety of gamer.
No, because then they ruin games, which is also bad.
But I don't play games, so I don't care.
So selfish, Tom.
You bet. Absolutely.
Well, Vic Mignogna has like no other major video game publication that says that like they're not hiring Vic Mignogna anymore. It's only Rooster Tooth and Funimation. There's still Setai Filmworks. There's still Aniplex America. There's still like the dubbing company Bangzoo Entertainment. They have not publicly said, partly because they don't have any like current contracts with Vic Mignogna going on at the time. So they have not said we won't hire Vic Mignogna again. So who knows if that Vic Mignogna can never get any work ever again. That's why I think I don't think Vic Mignogna is going to like struggle anytime soon. And he also did like Star Trek Continue, which really bummed out like Steve Shives to know that like, well, here's another garbage person now, Vic Mignogna.
Let's see, thoughts on BL3? Oh, Borderlands 3, Jamie?
Oh yeah, I heard the announcement of Borderlands 3. I haven't seen the real trailer because, like, even though I do play a lot of video games. I love the Borderlands games. I haven't played much of like the prequel of the Borderlands, the other game on the moon. So I haven't seen the video about the announcement of Borderlands 3, but it's like when it comes out, sure, I'll play it. I just hope that there's not a whole lot of...
warned me earlier that I'm not going to see him a lot in the game together because of Borderlands 3.
I can see that. I just hope there's not like a whole lot of like
He's
DLC.
a fun boy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I never really got into it, but then I was still drinking when it came out. So it was hard for me to get into stuff because I would usually get drunk and pass out before I could get too far into anything. And it made it difficult to remember what the hell was going on. I could always try it out again.
Think of it as like I like the weapon systems in the Borderlands games akin to like Diablo 2, where there's just like a lot of different like variety of guns with like a white level basic gun to all the way to like a purple level with all the bells and whistles. And the world and the humor is kind of interesting. I do like some of the writings, and so I kind of do enjoy the characters in the story a bit. But to me, it's just like a fun game to just like go around and shoot things. And so I think my friend and our friend Lito Joanna is a fan of it, and so she's like, I think she was excited to see the trailer. So yeah,
Johanna is a nerd.
yes, she is.
Yeah, of course. That's why we like her.
Oh yes, is I mean the fan fiction that she is like writing. She has like sent me character bios on like some of the stuff she's writing, and I'm thinking like, yeah, I'm digging this. So Jamie J in the chat says that Borderlands 2 and the pre-sequel had some massive problems with DLC, and I'm heavily suspective of loot boxes or other forms of microtransactions going into like Borderlands 3. I agree, Jamie J. That's my biggest concern because this is like it's a 2K Games publishing, and they have done microtransactions in like other games. Well, any AAA video game publisher is going to like do that, or going to try to do that, or force that in somehow. So, yeah, I hope it doesn't ruin the game too much. But it's that's my kind of concern. I hope it doesn't like they hopefully through the quest of trying to get as much microtransactions into the game, they're not going to like piece it all up that like the base game, the shell of the game, the $60 game is not going to be much of an enjoyment. Hopefully it is, but under the system of capitalism rules everything.
Honestly, I'm still waiting on Half-Life 2 Episode 3.
Yes, exactly.
Of course, that's never going to happen because Valve turned exclusively into a gaming platform with Steam, and now they don't make games anymore.
Yes. There are other like video game launchers and streaming services, like the Epic Store has some exclusives that what I'll probably like get the Epic Store launcher just so I can play Ashen's. Because I did play that game a bit at like PAX West as a demo. I thought it was pretty cool. Kind of like a Dark Souls like, and with a slightly different aesthetic, but it's like not too different. Still kind of like bleak, and it looked fun to me. So, and I haven't heard major complaints about the Ashen's either. But so yeah,
It's probably going to be something wrong with it.
probably yeah.
All right, so now let's stop excluding Tom from the conversation.
I'm sorry, Tom.
For that matter, because
No, I was listening. I was paying close attention. There's something about. I have no idea.
So, how about that weather, huh?
It's nice out today.
Yeah, it's nice out here too.
Where I am, it's very sunny and pretty, but it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
But cool in the sense that a month ago it would have been very, very warm. So it's relative.
Yes. Let's see. The
Most
Mueller
of our
report
snow
came
is
out.
gone.
Nothing for us to talk about there. That's talked out.
Mm-hmm. It's for the audience at home. Like John Brockman is editing our Google Doc for like things to talk about. So as we talk about things, it's like, well, we've done that. Fuck Israel.
Yep. Yeah, that was from a couple of weeks back when Ilhan Omar was getting in trouble for telling the truth about the Israeli pack.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that Israel pack is like, I remember seeing something on Facebook, the like headline where basically like apparently Kamala Harris did say that she's like not supporting the Israel pack or said something to that effect. I don't know. I have to like look back into it. But then she was like, it's so great to meet such great people at the list Israel pack. And it's just like, oh, so she said one thing. Apparently she said one thing and then like did something else. And it's like, yeah, and I should like find that
He
step.
was a procurer, so
Yeah.
no
Yep.
prosecutor. No,
Prosecutor,
what's the
yep.
word?
Prosecutor.
Yeah.
Prosecutor, yeah.
I said
Oh,
the
yeah.
French word.
Prosecutor.
You understood me. No
Yep.
one cares.
But yeah, I mean it's hard to ignore millions and millions of dollars.
That's wrong. That's wrong with capitalism. The people who do most anything just for millions and millions and millions of dollars.
Remember, capitalism and democracy are opposing forces.
Mm-hmm. We should all choose democracy over capitalism. To me, that's just the easy thing. But unfortunately, money is power in the American politics system more so than any other politics system. Money is a factor in other countries, I'm sure, any country with capitalism. But it's just so much more so a important thing in America, just because of there's a lot of like factors that we just did not, or laws that we just did not put in place to minimize that effect, because we either did not know of it, or we know about that but we don't want that. Or so it's still only in the last 100 years only like 3 like presidential campaigns, whereas like the person who spent the least money, or if it was not, or the person who spent the most money did not determine who win. It was the other effect. The person who spent the most money in the presidential campaign did not win. That only happened 3 times in the past 100 years of American elections that I'm aware of. So,
are you counting Trump?
Yes, Trump was one of the 3.
Yeah, and I don't know if you can count him.
Yes,
I don't know if you can count. I don't know if you can count.
Every week, but...
Hello.
No,
you're there.
I can hear you.
Keep talking, Tom.
I don't know. I don't know if you can count Trump in that least money spent, because his campaign spent the least money, but in earned media, in media that was dedicated to him, he had like several $1 billion, maybe $100 billion or more in earned media that just could not stop talking about that fucker.
Yeah.
And he's not going to spend a day in prison when, in fact, he should die there.
I agree.
Fucking hate our system.
He wants it all for himself.
All right. It has been about an hour.
okay.
So why don't we go ahead and wrap it up? Send Tom off to bed and Julie off to cheese or wine or whatever.
Wait a minute. Are you treating me like I'm old or something?
No. Treating you like you're very young. You need a nap in the afternoon.
Okay. I'll buy that. I need a bottle, though.
Okay.
Jamie J is almost as obsessed with guillotines as I am, so I'm happy.
James J is pretty awesome.
Apparently so, yeah. All right, so Tom, anything you want to tell people about? Like, let them know where to find you, things like that.
No, I'm. You have my name. People can find me on Facebook if they really, really want to, and I probably am traceable to my apartment if people really, really want to do something to me or with me. But otherwise, no, I don't have anything to flack.
Okay. Jonathan, why don't you go ahead and tout yourself?
I am Jonathan Michael Scott, or otherwise known as Some Random Geek. I have a YouTube channel. I did post a video this week, actually, of me playing the game Bloodstained Curse of the Night for just about an hour, and so check that out. I also did the hangout with Garrett and the left tube celebrity. We just talked about Captain Marvel, so the spoilers for Captain Marvel in that hangout, but it was a really cool hangout. But please follow me on Twitter at Summer and the Geek. But please also help our friends and comrades. Joanna, please donate to Joanna via PayPal to severejoe@gmail.com. I'm going to put a link to her baking bowl. Please share around that baking bowl. Also, there is Micaiah B. He is in an emergency situation where he needs some funding for housing to just help, or just to help him get through the quarter or so to get him on his feet.
Breathe. We are not going to cut you. Breathe.
I'm not afraid of being cut. But I put a link to his GoFundMe campaign in the live chat, and so please share around at least the GoFundMe campaign for Makeda B. Also share around the GoFundMe campaign for Phoenix Rising 87. She still needs money for housing, and also there is Jason with the H, Jason Harding, the host, the man behind the podcast Instant Log, and Late Seeding with our friend Steve Shives. That is only $300 away from his GoFundMe campaign goal of funds for emergency housing. So a lot of people we know need emergency housing. It's almost like housing should be a right and not a market. But yeah.
Absolutely true.
You
All
don't
right,
say.
and Julie,
Yes, that's me. What?
would you like to?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Julie.
I'm part of the admin teams of anarchist memes on Facebook. So I'm Leto. Shocking, I know. Also, I have arts and craft page on Facebook. That's the Crypt Crafter, and I am Leto Anor on what's his name? Twitter.
Twitter.
No, my brains are perfectly fine. And yeah, that's all.
All right, and
Is
I.
that? Yes, that's all.
Yes, okay, and I make this live stream happen sometimes, partly. And I also put it up as a podcast, which is edited for time, but never for content, because we only have half an hour a week. I don't
really?
know.
Why is that?
Because it costs money to get more than half an hour a week.
Oh.
So I just share the half hour of content, and then they'll have to come here if they want the rest. Let's see. There's also a blog where you can talk back at us if you don't feel like talking back at us here. It's also where we used to put transcripts when these things were scripted. That's surgoshan.blogspot.com, surgoshan.blogspot.com. You can be found on Twitter at surgoshan, and I also do Twitch as surgoshan. Right now I'm playing through Cold War 2, Knights of the Old Republic 2. Yes. All right, and I think that'll do it for me, and I think that'll do it for all of us here on Social Justice Alchemy. I guess we'll see you all around next week.
Yeah, fuck off.
Goodbye. Goodbye, comrades and potential comrades.